Now let's discuss the types of adsorption, that is physisorption and chemisorption. So there are two types of adsorption, physical adsorption, which is also known as physisorption, chemical adsorption, which is also known as chemisorption. Now the first major difference between both of them is, in physisorption, weak van der Waals forces are present between adsorbate and adsorbent molecules. These are very simple weak attractive forces. In chemisorption, there are strong chemical bonds present between adsorbate and adsorbent molecule. That is, in between adsorbent and adsorbate, chemical bonds are formed in case of chemisorption. The second point of difference is low enthalpy of adsorption. Because weak forces are present in between adsorbate and adsorbent, and therefore enthalpy, that is the energy of adsorption, is very low, approximately around 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. Whereas in case of chemisorption, as we have seen, there are chemical bond formation, so high enthalpy of adsorption is there, which is around 80 to 240 kilojoule per mole. The third point of difference is physisorption is reversible in nature. Reversible because physical forces are there which can easily be reverted back. For example, if a gas is adsorbed on a solid, then it can easily be reverted back, and on heating, gas will be escaping out, or it will move out of the solid. So when the pressure decreases, actually in case of gas we need pressure. So when you apply pressure, then the gas will move out of the solid, and this happens according to the Le-Chatelier's principle. The reversible process occurs. Then in case of chemisorption, though as the chemical bonds are formed, therefore it is irreversible in nature. The fourth point of difference is specificity. The property which we are seeing is specificity. Due to weak forces, weak attractive forces, they do not have specificity. That is, any gas can be absorbed on any solid to the same extent. All the gases can be absorbed on all the solids up to same extent. Okay. Then in case of chemisorption, there is high specificity because between adsorbate and adsorbent, chemical bonds are to be formed. Therefore, they are highly specific in nature. In case of physisorption, the fifth point which you are seeing is, that is, no appreciable activation energy is needed. Now, what is activation energy? Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy which is required to initiate a particular reaction. Therefore, as only weak forces are there, so we don't require any sort of activation energy in case of physisorption. But in case of chemisorption, because chemical bonds are formed, we require activation energy to initiate the chemical bond formation. Now, the sixth point is, this particular physisorption is favorable at room temperature, and it will decrease with increase in temperature. Whereas in case of chemisorption, because we have written activation energy is required, so when you increase the temperature, it will increase. That is, chemisorption will first increase, but later on, further if you increase the temperature, it will be decreasing regularly. Then the seventh point of difference is, in case of physisorption, it will form a multi-molecular layer. It can form multi-molecular layers because weak forces are there. So on adsorbent molecule and on adsorbent, one layer will be there, then above that second, then above then third, and so on by weak forces. Whereas in case of chemisorption, though as the chemical bonds are being formed, so only unimolecular layers can be there. Now, in case of physisorption, the important point is that it depends upon the liquefaction of gases. That means that those gases which can be easily liquefied are readily adsorbed over the adsorbent. Okay. Now, though the gases which have high critical temperature can be easily liquefied. Let us see the definition of critical temperature. As such, you have studied it already in class 11, but let us see once again. Critical temperature is the temperature above which a gas cannot be liquefied. Okay, so just remember, higher the critical temperature, more ease will be there for liquefaction. So once again I am repeating, that is those gases which are easily liquefiable, that is they have high critical temperature, they get easily adsorbed or readily adsorbed. Okay, and what is the reason? Van der Waals forces are stronger at critical temperature. Okay, see one example is written here. Hydrogen gas is most difficult to adsorb. Why? You can see the reason, that its critical temperature is very low and therefore it is very difficult to adsorb, or we can say it is the most difficult gas to adsorb. Then in case of chemisorption, it is the main major difference is it does not depend upon ease of liquefaction, but it depends upon the nature of gases, because here the chemical bonds are to be formed. So the gases which react easily with the adsorbent are readily adsorbed. Okay, so here reaction is seen, but in case of physisorption, what is important? The liquefaction of the gases, that is they should have high critical temperature. Then the ninth point, you can see the ninth point of difference, the state of adsorbate. In case of physisorption, it is same as in the bulk. Okay, whereas the state of adsorbate in case of chemisorption, it may be different. Maybe, that means it may be same or different from that present in the bulk. The 10th point is not a difference, it is a similarity between physisorption and chemisorption, which is both of them depend upon surface area, because we are talking about surface chemistry and both adsorption is a surface phenomenon. So obviously if surface area will increase, then whether it is physisorption or chemisorption, both will also increase. So the 10th point over here, you can see it increases, both increases with increase in surface area and is a similarity. Then you can see over here the mechanism in chemisorption. This is a particular nickel adsorbent. This is H2 gas. Okay, physical adsorption is occurring over here. Fine, and when physical adsorption will occur, it will simply because of weak forces it is. Okay, you can see dotted means some dotted lines are there, and in case of chemisorption, bold lines are there. That means there is a chemical reaction and chemical bonds are formed between adsorbent and adsorbate, whereas in case of physisorption, only due to weak forces this H2 is adsorbed on the catalyst over here. So this is all about the differences between physisorption, chemisorption, and one similarity also we have seen. Now in our next video, that is part 3 of this surface chemistry, we are going to study a very important topic in terms of board exam, which is adsorption isotherm. So stay tuned for the next video, it will be released as soon as possible.